Financial. Oh my God. Financial literacy.
Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast. Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast. Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast. Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast.
Anywho, welcome y'all to the King Moolah Podcast. My name is King. Today, it shouldn't be long. I just wanted to get this started because it's a chill Saturday today. I wanted to talk about something very important, and it's about financial literacy. Let's just say it's the intro to this. Anytime you may see an intro in the titles for a particular episode, that just means this is the intro, this is the beginning of it, and I'm going to be touching on later subjects, going a little deeper on the later subjects whenever it's introduced. So this is just the introduction. So, what is financial literacy? Let's go. You already know where this is going. We got to define it. We got to let people know. We got to have the same understanding. Okay. Wikipedia, because that's the first thing that popped up. It says, wow. Excuse me. Financial literacy is the possession of skills, knowledge, and behaviors that allow an individual to make informed decisions regarding money. Financial literacy, financial education, and financial knowledge are used interchangeably. Financial unsophisticated individuals cannot plan financially because of their poor financial knowledge. That's what Wikipedia says. That's pretty much it. I mean, I could, like I said, match it up with okay, this is what a picture says off of Google. From Investopedia. The ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. Yeah, that's great as well. It's pretty much saying the same thing, but this is just gives you a little taste of what they're talking about. Looks like I can't. Let me see if I can go. It's not showing up the definition. It's just financial websites that are defining it. I'm trying to get it out of the dictionary. Where is it at? Hold on. Let me just go to Merriam-Webster really quick. Let me go to financial. Oh, it isn't exactly in the dictionary. That's probably why. So we'll just put financial finance. So finance in the Merriam-Webster defines it as money or other liquid resources of a government, business group, or individual. Okay. The system that includes the circulation of money, the granting of credit, the making of investments, and the provision of banking facilities. And another one is the obtaining of funds or capital. The other one is the science or study of the management of funds. Okay. Another thing is to raise or provide funds or capital for. Okay. I think that's enough definitions because I can't find. Well, yeah, they didn't have financial literacy in Merriam-Webster. They just, finance is the root word for financial. So, you can define that and then relate to what that means. So that's what financial literacy is. Why is it important? Well, honestly, everything that we do, even in the world, I know mainly, I'm speaking mainly in the US of A, but it can, a lot of the things I'm going to say applies to, everywhere else that uses currency. Anything that has to do with managing money, saving money, using money, all of that falls under financial literacy. And it's really the educational part is just being educated enough to make good financial decisions, to make the financial decisions that can best suit your lifestyle. The more financial literacy you have, the better it is for you. That's why it's important. It's important that you understand how to utilize it properly. And there's a lot of places where in general that they do not teach financial literacy. You have to go out and get some type of secondary or education. Well, I shouldn't say secondary because that's part of a school system. What I mean to say is either post-secondary, because secondary, I believe secondary education is grade school. Let me just make sure. Always got to. You got to. Let me see. Secondary education. Second and final phase of basic education. Okay, so yeah. So the best thing, that's Wikipedia defined, that is the stage of education that comes after primary education and before higher education. It's generally offered to students between the ages of 12 and 18. Okay, so middle school to high school. That's secondary education. Primary education is elementary school. Yeah. And some of middle school. Because some places have junior high and this, that, and the other. But yeah, that's what it is. The education, so not secondary education, but an alternative source of education, an alternative source of material to actually learn financial education. Because in the public schools of US of A, they're not teaching you how to use money, how to gain more money, how to spend money. They're teaching you how to be a worker. They're teaching you how to clock in. They're not teaching you the basics of money. Well, not the basics of money, the basics of financial literacy. Not even the basics. Yeah, we're not even talking about the advanced stuff. They're not even teaching us the basics in public school. Yeah, we learn about money like just how to count it and how to recognize dollar bills, but we're not being taught how to use it properly. That's the biggest thing. We're not being taught how to use it, how to save, how to invest, how to budget. That's the big things about it. We got to learn through every other source besides the main source that we all gotten our education from, which was the public school system. The American public school, the American public school system, the federal school system, all of that. There's a lot of people that don't know how to manage money well because of that. Because they're not teaching us how to use money effectively. They're not like, a lot of people want to become homeowners and a lot of people want to become, owners of something. Yeah, owners of business owners and investors, but they don't know how to do that. Because school is not teaching us that at all. We have to learn that through social media. We have to learn that through playing for alternative courses outside of that. Alternative resources that we have to look for ourselves, or that has been pitched to us from friends and people who are doing that themselves, who are looking for the answers. So that's what it is. That's why it's important, because a lot of us needed that type of education early on so that we can make the best financial decisions in order to make our lives better and more sustainable. But because of the lack of being taught in the public school system is the reason why our society is the way it is today, because a lot of people do not know how to use money effectively. They just know how to use money to pay bills, and that's it. And they're not even doing that at a responsible in a responsible way. It's just a lot that's going on, but it's not their fault. It is a big thing with society and the way that it is. It's contributed to how it's definitely a lot harder. It's gotten a lot harder, more difficult to purchase a house or become a business owner. Well, I'm not gonna say business owner. I'm gonna just say own a house, because that's definitely what most people gravitate towards. Not everybody wants to own a business, but in many situations, it was actually a lot harder to be a business owner than it is now. So I take that back for the business owner. But to get a house, yes, absolutely. I would not go back on that. But yeah. So, what does financial literacy look like in real life? Is pretty much what I said. You're owning a house, you're owning a home, you own a business, or you own an apartment complex. You have assets. And what are assets? And let's figure out, before I even say what are assets, I'm gonna bring up the flip side of that, which is liabilities. So we got assets and we got liabilities. Okay? An asset is a useful or valuable thing, person, or quality. That is defined by New Oxford Dictionary. I'm going to go to Merriam-Webster. They define it as the property of a deceased person subject by law to the payment of his or her debts and legacies, or be the entire property of a person, association, corporation, or estate applicable or subject to the payment of debts. Okay, we can go to the etymology. Okay. Let's go to the etymology of asset. Goodness. Okay. I guess from asset, there's about 3 of them. Okay, so asset is sufficient estate. It was used in the 1530s, first times that it was commonly used. Sufficiency, satisfaction, compensation. Enough, sufficiently, very much, a great deal. Okay, so that's it. Now, liability. First, I'll start with the etymology of liability. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, okay, here it is. Since I'm already on the etymology, let me go to, liability. Used around the 1700s. Originally a term in law, meaning a condition of being legally liable. Let's see. Thing for which one is liable. Okay, what's liable mean in the etymology sense? In the mid-15th century, it means bound or obliged by law. It means to bind, tie up, fasten, tether, bind by obligation. To bind, to tie. Okay? So you're liable for something. You're obliged. You're bound. It's something you're obliged to do, something you're supposed to do by law. Okay. Now, let's look up the definition of liability. New Oxford defines it as the state of being responsible for something, especially by law. Second one is a person or thing whose presence or behavior is likely to cause embarrassment or put one at a disadvantage. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So asset and liability. Asset is positive, looked at as positive. Liabilities and looked at as negative. That's what it is. Merriam-Webster on liability is the quality or state of being liable. Something for which is liable, one that acts as a disadvantage, a drawback, And what liable is obligated according to law or equity, subject to appropriation or attachment. That's what it is. So asset and liabilities. Yeah, so positive and negative. That's basically financial literacy. How do you see it in real life is owning a house, owning a business if you want to. You know, nothing's wrong with a good 9 to 5, but at least even with a good 9 to 5, you still need to know how to budget. So these are 3 big main words that you should always know when it comes to financial literacy: budget, save, and invest. Okay? Budget, save, and invest. Those are 3 big words that you will constantly hear when you look through financial literacy, because that's pretty much what it all is. It's the financial education and knowing that you're going to put it in somewhere for investing. Okay, let me actually define budgeting, saving, and investing. And that, I think that should be pretty much wrap this up. Okay, Merriam-Webster defines budget as a quantity involved in, available for, or assignable to a particular situation, an account of gains and losses of such a quantity, a statement of financial position of an administration as of a nation for a definite period of time based on estimates of expenditures during the period and proposals for financing them, a plan for the coordination of resources and expenditure. Okay? So the amount of money that is available for, required for, or assigned to a particular purpose. That's what budgeting is. New Oxford, I can also give you a New Oxford if that's what it is. Let me see. Budget is an estimate of income and expenditure for a set period of time, the quantity of material typically what is written or printed. That is what a budget says for New Oxford American Dictionary. All right, let's go to save. Saving might have different dictionaries because it's used in different ways. It's a colloquial type of word, but you know, we're going to use it in a financial sense. Even in the financial sense, it's like, even in a general sense, it still means the same thing. So the first one would be keep, save, or rescue, but we're not rescuing money. We're just keeping it, yes, to keep safe, yes, but it's keep and store up. New Oxford American Dictionary defines that as keep and store up something, especially money, for future use. For future use. That's it. Now, Merriam, oh man. Let me just change it right here. Merriam-Webster defines save in a financial sense is to put aside as a store or reserve, accumulate. Okay, to preserve, to store. There's a computer definition: to store data in a computer or on a storage device such as a CD or flash drive. You know, that pretty much is the same thing because we use money digitally as well. Okay? So we save, or to spend less by. Okay? To avoid using the money. To maintain, to preserve. Okay? Now, invest. Most of that is usually going to be, I think it's going to be tailored to, hold on. I think invest is going to be tailored to financial for the most part, but let's see what they got. Okay, New Oxford Dictionary defines invest as expend money with the exception of achieving a profit or material result by putting it into financial plans, shares, or property, or by using it to develop a commercial venture. Yep, that's it. The biggest one. Devote one's time and energy to a particular undertaking with the expectation of a worthwhile result. Yeah, that's also invest. All right. That was New Oxford American Dictionary. Now, Merriam-Webster says to commit money in parentheses, in order to earn a financial return. Yep, that's it. To make use of for future benefits or advantages. All right, yeah. So that's what it is. Budget, save, and invest. Always think about those three things. And you really, the more you learn about money and how to use money, a lot of the times, if you can get the basics down, it will take you a lot farther than knowing the advanced stuff. I'm gonna just tell you that the basics are so underrated in every field, every concept, time, and everything. The basics is what everybody needs to know. Okay, before anything, some people can know the advanced stuff before the basics, but if they don't get the basics down, they miss out on core learning about any concept. You got to get the basics down. Got to. So that's what it is. Budget, save, and invest. That's what the three pillars of financial literacy is. That's what I feel it is. Okay. Some financial coach or whatever tells you wrong. Well, you might want to be aware of that and keep like a red flag, raise an alarm. Make sure, because I just read you all the definitions and they all, match up. So, but you can go ahead and look it into for yourself. You don't have to take my word. You can just look at it for yourself, okay? The three main pillars, that's what I'm saying as king. The three main pillars of financial literacy is budget, saving, and investing, all right? Anybody tells you different, well, just look into it for yourself, all right? With that being said, drink some water, be kinder to people. Understand that a lot of people going through a lot of stressful situations with rent and, family and everything. Just be kinder to people. It doesn't cost you anything. That's the beauty of it. It don't cost you no money to be kinder to people. It doesn't cost you no money to be grateful for what you got going on for yourself, and grateful that you're not going through a even worse position, or, just take the time and be grateful that you're still alive, that you're still breathing, that you're still able to try again, because a lot of people weren't able to. All right, be able to live life, to experience more in this human experience. All right, and get some sunshine outside. Summer will be coming into a close by the next week. Summer is coming to an end. Yeah, sad to say. And a lot of people are happy. You already know a lot of people celebrating fall season, celebrating. But I'm definitely going to be sad. I'm going to welcome the seasons like I do. I don't just, I have my favorite seasons, but I also welcome change, because that's always going to happen. So, you got to stay ready for that. Staying prepared. That's the key. So I welcome it with open arms, because certain things I got to get done, and certain things that seem to happen around the changing of times, to where I can finally get on top of it. I can finally do a little bit more than what I couldn't do in this season. But that's fine. This is why seasons change, and this is why we got to learn to adapt and learn to handle the seasons as they come. All right. So, I'm King. It's the King Moonlock TV podcast, y'all. Financial literacy. See ya.